What's approaching the supreme moment? Reality striking closer than it seems, don't it? Go ahead.
What's good? So I did have some time to test out an Agility Movie Heroes team. This is what you're seeing, the team build. That's the 100% EZA Super Saiyan Blue Goku, and then the Super Saiyan 3 EZA Goku as well. The Super Gotenks unit's also at 100%, and the EZA Gohan's also at 100% as well. And pretty decent units overall. I did include the Tapion unit just because of the 50% reduction to damage, as well as the possibility to transform into Hero Dokkan after HP levels drop below 50%. I did bring in a friend that has the Gogeta Blue at 100% potential. Both the units, including mine, have a heavy focus on additional attack. I believe both of them were at level 20 additional attack and level 6 for criticals or dodge, depending on how you go about it. I went personally with level 20 additional attack and level 6 critical, even though 17 and 9 distribution is not necessarily a bad thing either. Now, I did switch over from, instead of having Tapion in the first slot, I put Gogeta in here just to test out the new unit because I haven't really tested it on the Super Agility versus Extreme Strength. And then we start off with a Super right off the bat. So as you can see, there was 113,000 in damage taken. Even though he has an attack and defense boost as well as a medium chance to dodge and effective attacks against all types. If he doesn't dodge and he gets supered on, he'll still take a decent amount of damage as you just saw. But again, he's an effective attacker against all types, so you definitely do want to focus more on additional attack. As you can see, back-to-back supers are going to substantially reduce the enemy's HP levels and allow you to blast through the event a lot easier. Again, I did go with what was I going to say? Alright, so I sped through this event as quickly as possible, so you are going to see like mistakes here and there, probably minor, but I kind of wanted to blast through this as quickly as possible just to see how this team would do overall, in the Super Battle Road setting. So again, depending on your deck, obviously, but there are enough units to build a Movie Heroes team within just the agility types, and that's pretty much what I wanted to showcase today. The Super Saiyan Blue Goku is a pretty good unit. The only thing is you're not going to see that full passive activation in most cases, because otherwise, unless you're facing units or enemies that have, that fall into the movie boss category, he's not going to get that 50% increase to defense. But however, he still gets a 77% increase to both attack and defense, so he's still a pretty useful unit, and it's a free-to-play unit, so you definitely want to at least get this guy to max SA and get the EZA unlocked, because he's a pretty decent unit. So that was the first stage, and there's going to be 3 more battles throughout. Don't think I used an item just yet, and I did bring in a couple of items that I'm going to end up using. I think I'm kind of looking back on this recording, but I'm pretty sure I used an item here just to kind of get the avoid getting supered on a couple times, because of the thing about Super Battle Road is it only takes a couple of super attacks to just basically annihilate your team, so you do have to be cautious about it. That's what items are for, in my opinion. And, it's never safe to be. You can never be too careful, basically. So that's the whole point of items in Super Battle Road. Now, obviously, you do have to ration them out and make sure you don't overuse items. Otherwise, you're going to run out of them toward the later parts of the stages. But if you're conservative about it and use them when they need to be used, you should be fine. The EZA Super Saiyan 3 Goku's still a very solid unit. Comes in quite handy for a lot of teams and a lot of settings. Personally run him on a lot of teams, and he fits the bill for the Movie Heroes team. Even if it's not just specific to agility types, you can still run him on a hybrid between Movie Heroes and Fusions. He does really well. So we'll go ahead and put Tapion in the first slot where most of the attacks are coming, and then unfortunately Frieza's still alive, so we'll have to finish him off, and then that'll at least avoid a couple of attacks toward the end. So way to conserve HP levels. Overall, yeah, it definitely does make things a lot easier to have the not only just the Gogeta unit, but the Super Saiyan Blue Goku unit rocking that coat, winter jacket or whatever. Both of those units are very solid, and they can definitely help beat this stage a little bit easier. especially Gogeta Blue, since he does have a medium chance to dodge. Now, once he transforms, you're looking at a high chance and guaranteed criticals, so it's going to help quite a bit. I can't remember within this run, though, if Gogeta actually had a chance to transform into Gogeta Blue. I can't remember if any of the battles lasted more than five turns or not, but I guess we'll find out when the footage gets to that point. I don't know. I don't really remember if they did or not. Defensive wise, I mean, pretty solid unit still. I mean, normal attacks you're looking at about 20k in damage, obviously depending on the rotation, but that's pretty low compared to some of the other units that could potentially take the damage. So not bad, not bad. So yeah, the Super Saiyan 3 Goku took about 123k, so Gogeta takes similar amounts of damage even with the Super, so yeah, I mean it's still a great unit though. The Dokkan transformation, you actually don't lose out on the stat increases. I know in the past, since it converted from a Super type to an Extreme type, initially it was like you would lose a lot of the damage or stat boost from it, but you're still looking at about 1.5 million after the transformation. So, this is another reason that Tapions useful because of basically taking no damage up to 2 to 3 turns, and apply as much damage as you can to the enemy and wipe out the field if you're able to. So, it is another way to conserve HP levels and items, and it helps out a lot. So we'll go ahead and use another Android 8 item here. A lot of attacks coming up, so we'll try and get rid of Turles. He is a movie boss type unit, so if Goku's back around to finish off Turles, he'll definitely get that increase of 50% to defense. Overall, this team definitely runs pretty smoothly. Link skills, you're not looking. There might be a couple of issues here and there where sometimes you might not be able to super, but for the most part, it goes fairly well. And finish off Turles, so just gotta wipe out the rest of the chumps there. Yeah, fuck you and your pink socks. So we'll at least be able to see what the Goku unit's attack potential is in the SBR setting. Let's kind of check out how it is. So about 1.2 million. I mean, that's still pretty good. I mean, again, you're looking at a 77% increase to both attack and defense. The super attack will also greatly raise attack for 1 turn, so you definitely do see a decent amount of attack boost, per super attack. The only thing is, I wish he had Fierce Battle instead of Shattering the Limit. I mean, it would have been so much better if they did have Fierce Battle instead. But it's a free-to-play unit, so overall, it's still a very, very solid unit. So Fierce Battle would have been a nice little added bonus, but not really 100% necessary. You know what I mean? You could definitely live without it. Alright, and then we'll have Goku finish off a couple of these enemies, and then Gogeta coming in through, just kind of sweep the map a little bit. See how much damage he puts out here. About 1.1 million, not bad. And we'll have the transformation again. And it's not really that big of a deal if I can't get supers with every single one of them. I do have the potential levels where there is a little bit more focus on, well, no, it's like a balanced approach. 11 and 15 distribution for additional attack and critical. So, I mean, the additional attacks kick in frequently enough to where you don't necessarily need to get a super attack guaranteed for every single slot in the rotation. It's definitely nice because if the additionals kick in, you're looking at multiple supers, per attack. But it's okay. We can live without it. I mean, it's pretty much done anyway. All right, so this will be the last one, and you do have the Cell and Cell Junior, so a lot of units and a lot of attacks incoming. Yeah, there's a centralized attack coming out toward the end. We'll just go ahead and use the Ghost Usher just to kind of clean things up a little bit. Get rid of a couple of these Cell Juniors, because they tend to be a little bit annoying, and they can still super for a pretty decent amount of damage. So yeah, that's what the Ghost Ushers are for. Just, prolong their attacks for one turn, extend it out, and then just try and, deplete some of the enemies from the field a little bit, and then, going into the next rotation, just kind of start cleaning up a little bit, you know what I mean? For the Super Saiyan 3 Goku, I do have level 14 for additional attack and level 12 for criticals. Works out pretty well because he tends to get the additional super a lot, and the criticals activate frequently enough, and he hits for a pretty tremendous amount. So it's, in my opinion, I think it's worthwhile to focus a little bit more on the additional attack side. And the Gotenks unit could be pretty solid. The only thing about him is he has a nuking passive, so the unit does need to collect the agility type key in order to get that. I think it's 15% increase to attack. So it's not gonna be fully maximized within these super battle road type settings, but it is still a pretty solid unit within the movie heroes category. And yeah, I mean it's a good enough unit to include on the team, basically. Again, minimizing all the potential damage taken from the enemy for at least 2 turns. Sometimes it will prolong up to 3 turns, but I'd say for the most part, like 70% chance, 70 to 75% chance it's only going to last for about 2 turns. The other 25, you will see it last up to 3 turns, so you're looking at a bunch of attacks within those 3 turns to where you can really cut down on the enemy's HP levels. I was trying to figure out here how to set up the next attack to where Hero Garden could potentially get another super, but unfortunately that wasn't the case, so just opted to make things a little bit easier for the next rotation and have a couple of agility key to be able to be collected by some of the units coming up next. Okay, so let's see who's back up. We've got Gogeta, EZA, Gohan, and Tapion. So Tapion's obviously going to be in the first slot. We'll just go ahead and use the HP recovery item and reduce damage taken by 30% with the Snake Princess. Might as well at this point, pretty close to finish off the enemy, so might as well be safe. Got plenty of items left to spare. So in this case, just giving the super attack to Gogeta, and then we should have the Dokkan mode gauge fill up next rotation, and we'll see who's going to get that. I'm pretty sure the likely candidate's going to be Gogeta Blue. Alright, so unfortunately we weren't able to get the transformation. Again, most of these battles don't last more than 5 turns with the current team that I use for this run. So unfortunately, I was hoping maybe Gogeta Blue would transform and we'd be able to finish this off with the Dokkan mode attack, but Super Saiyan Gogeta will have to do in this case. And that was a clutch dodge right there. Plenty of HP left, but it could have definitely made things a little bit tricky or scary a little bit. But we had pretty much full HP at that point, so I wasn't really too concerned about that at that time. All right, let's see how much damage potential we're looking at here. So 2.8 million with the Dokkan mode attack, and we'll finish off Perfect Cell here. And yeah, that is, well, I guess, okay, great. Super Saiyan Blue Goku was able to provide the final touches on that one. So yeah, that's pretty much the run for the Super Agility Movie Heroes team setup within the Super Battle Road against the Extreme Strength type. So again, I just wanted to show you guys what it would look like to build a team strictly within agility types for the Movie Heroes category and see how Super Battle Road would be for that. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. As always, definitely appreciate you guys watching, and definitely stay tuned for the next one.